Welcome to the Hilton Livin podcast. I am your host, O.T. Gibbons. Our mission is to help you get the most out of your time in Hilton Head. All the best places to go, all the biggest events going on, and everything you need to know to get your most out of the time on the island. I am joined as always by my co-host and star of our content, my beautiful wife, Jessica Gibbons. How you doing, Jess?
Hi.
All right, on this week's episode of the podcast, we're going to be talking about things going on in January in Hilton Head. January's right around the corner, about to be 2025. Holy smokes. Crazy. We're also going to be talking about our favorite new thing that we tried last week. And as always, we're going to answer the people. So with that, Jess, what's going on in January in Hilton Head?
We'll dive into the new year with the polar plunge in Coligny Beach beginning at 10:30. So it's a cold plunge where people run into the ocean and run back out. The crazy people, I'm kidding. I don't know how people do it. Even down here where it's like warmer too, like the people up north where it's like actually really cold and do it, they're crazy for sure. Would you ever do it?
No, but I would at least do an ice bath, and you would never do that.
That's like the worst. That's worse than doing the cryotherapy. Ice baths are horrible.
I still can't believe you ever even tried cryotherapy.
That to me was definitely way better than an ice bath. Like, I don't know, maybe because the ice bath is slower, you have to like immerse yourself, and maybe you have to like do it yourself. It's not like somebody's throwing you into the water. I mean, when I was a diver, somebody actually still had to throw me into the water. So maybe it's just the water concept. So
where was it you did the cryotherapy at?
At Restore Wellness.
Shout out Restore Wellness. Yeah, they had you out to do that. I remember that. That was crazy.
Yeah, I did it a bunch of times too. And because we also feel good afterwards, where I feel like ice bath, you're just too numb to, I'm just too cold. I'm just focused on how cold I am that you don't really feel good afterwards. You're defrosting. So
no, there's nothing better than after you've been on a long golf trip and your legs are exhausted, sitting in an ice bath and that new fresh blood is just like rushing into your legs. It's like the greatest feeling in the world. I love an ice bath, but I would never do a polar plunge. So there you go.
I feel like here though, it's not that bad. I don't know the degree of the water, but it's definitely better than doing it up north, especially since it could be like 60 degrees that day. I think it is supposed to be like 60 degrees on New Year's Day here.
I wouldn't go in the ocean in general, so what do you want from me?
That's true. But at least there's no jellyfish and there's not as many sharks, I feel like, because it's not as warm. They've gone south for the winter.
Fair enough.
Anyways, it does benefit Charlie's Critters charity, and there's costume contests and raffle prizes. On the 3rd, Align Pilates is having their grand opening, and it's just over the bridge in the Moss Creek Village Shopping Center. It's where I did the Reform Pilates, but I did it in her garage because she just moved here, and now she's opened up an actual studio, which is awesome. And they're going to have discounts and specials and raffles, and other local businesses will be there, such as Healthy Habit and Pure Salt Studios, which I love both of those places. And I think the G Free Spot, they have I think about 8 vendors coming. So you can check out their social media to see exactly who is coming. And I'm definitely going to try to make it out there for it. So the Ice Cream Cone in Coligny Plaza is having an ice cream social on the 4th from 2 to 5 p.m. And all proceeds benefits the Pocketful of Sunshine organization. We love it there. They have lots of great flavors. And they have a bunch of soft serve flavors too, which is what I like. And there usually aren't that many flavors. So shout out to them for that. The Big Bamboo is hosting Capricornucopia on the 18th, and it's lots of live music and art auction. The Iron Chef Cook-Off will take place in Sea Pines on the 24th. The 25th until February 1st is Restaurant Week on Hilton Head Island.
That was a lot of fun last year. Where did we go last year for Restaurant Week?
We went to Catch 22.
That's right. Yeah. It was excellent.
And I think I went to Nunzio's too with your mom and my sister-in-law, Brie, too, they had delicious stuff too. We always try to go to at least one spot, so.
It's a really good opportunity to go check out some different places. It's really fun. Restaurant Week is great.
Yeah. So I'll we'll definitely be looking at what restaurants are available, and they have their menus set up too, the prefix menu. So we'll bring you more information on that when it gets closer to that. The Cottage will be playing at the Arts Center from January 29th until February 23rd. And Cocktails and Camellias will take place at the Coastal Discovery Museum on the 31st. And again, we'll bring you more information, more details on each event as they get closer to it. And also, if you want more information right away, make sure to sign up for the newsletter, which the link is in the bio of our social media.
All right, so that's everything happening in January on Hilton Head Island. So let's go back to last week and talk about our favorite new thing that we tried last week. So Jess, what did you do last week?
Well, it was Christmas last week, and my family was in town. So there are mostly all of them from the Washington, D.C. area. My one youngest sister is in Peoria, Illinois. So I definitely don't get to see her very much. And I don't get to see the rest of my family very much, but it is a lot when they stay for a good, I think it was like 5 days. Only a couple of them stayed with us, and some of them stayed at a rental in Sea Pines, which they really liked being able to walk around there and stuff. But the first full day they were all here, OT had work to do, so I had to get them out of the house. So I put together a historical sites tour that I made it myself. And I took them we started in Sea Pines, since that's where they were, at the Stony Baynard Ruins, which was an old plantation. Very cool. And then we went to the Rear Range Lighthouse and an old oak tree, which is in Palmetto Dunes on the Arthur Hills course. That was really cool. That's the only actual working lighthouse that was on Hilton Head. Doesn't work anymore, but it still has a lot of history to it. And then we went north to Mitchellville Freedom Park, which if you haven't been there before, there's lots to read there. Very cool. And it has a beautiful view. It's on the marsh kind of there. And then a little surprise for them right across the street was the cat sanctuary, which is not part of a historical tour, but my family loves cats. They all have cats. So that was kind of a cool thing that they really liked. It's just a little place where there's tons of cats. They have little houses and people can come there to feed them and take care of them. And there was a lot of them. But you could tell that they were cared for too. They weren't complete strays. So
it is kind of interesting that they're such cat people and we're such dog people. I don't know how that worked out with you growing up in that house and everything, but you did have dogs when you were.
Yeah, we always had dogs. Yeah. We didn't have cats until I was out of the house. I actually have always been scared of cats. And you're allergic to cats, though.
Yes. So. Yeah, the funniest part about the cats is I just found this to be hilarious. Her family calls their first cat, his name is Cat. Literally, his name is Cat, which is just funny in and of itself. But then they got the second cat, and her name is New Cat. The most creative names in the world. Cat and New Cat are their names. Actual names. It's just the funniest thing ever to me. And they ended up calling New Cat. They all come up with nicknames from that. And so New Cat is now Nuki.
Yeah.
Short for New Cat. But I just thought that learning that was just hysterical to me.
I know. Yeah. Like you said, super, super great.
So funny. And then we ended up going to Burnt Church Distillery the night after. Was that on Christmas Eve?
It was the same night.
Oh, that was on Monday night. Oh, yeah, because I had all the stuff to do on Monday. And so the Monday night we went to Burnt Church Distillery. Wow, you guys had a packed day on Monday. I forgot about that.
We did, considering I wasn't even done saying how many the places we went to.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
We went to, after Mitchellville Freedom Park, we went to Fort Howell, which protected Mitchellville. And then lastly, we went to Fort Mitchell, which is really close to our house. And then we ended up at our house. So, okay. And then took a nap and then went to Burnt Church Distillery to meet OT's family out there. So the families could be together, which that was a lot of fun. It was a rainy night too.
And kind of a unique experience with the pane glass windows and like the big glass table that they've got. It's definitely unique in its look and feel, and just an overall really cool thing for them to do, something different to do for them coming from out of town. And yeah, it was indoors, so that was nice because it was.
And like I said, it's a large area, and they also have a room that's kind of a history room too, of the island area, the Bluffton area too. So it was really, and like I said, nice for them to see your family too. They like to see them. And then on Tuesday, we went to Widgeon Preserve. It's in Port Royal Sound, and that was a nice little walk. It's not too big, but it was a nice little walk around. They're also very big into birding too, especially my brother and my sister.
Yeah, that was crazy. I had no idea that Hilton Head was so good for bird watching.
I knew because of them that when they've been here before and they specifically want to go birding while they're here. And my brother's like, yeah, I saw 30 different species of birds. I'm like, what?
He said he saw a bald eagle, which I thought was super cool because growing up, you never saw them anywhere. But yeah, they saw a bald eagle and he raved about how good the bird watching was. Just there you go. Little sneak tidbit about Hilton Head. Apparently it's great bird watching.
I've said this before.
I didn't know it. I guess I wasn't listening.
And then on the way back, we stopped at Pinckney Island for just a little bit where he saw another 40 species of birds, which then he had to drop my sister off at the airport super early. And he stopped by the Savannah National Preserve where he said, yeah, I saw another 40 species of birds, where I was like, geez, I didn't even realize there were that many. I was like, so you saw 40 different birds? He was like, no, I saw 200 different birds, or 200 actual birds. I was like, okay.
Really cool.
But yeah, so we did a lot of stuff. And then to drop my other sister off at the airport, we went into Savannah, which she's an art historian. So we visited the SCAD Art Museum, they had pretty cool stuff. They had an exhibit on George Clinton, which was fun. They had this light exhibit. So that was pretty cool. And then had lunch and then came home and passed out.
And we hope all of you had a very Merry Christmas and a happy holidays and are looking forward to the new year of 2025. We're really, really excited, but it was a great holiday for us and hope everyone else had a great one. Yeah. All right. And as always, we're going to answer the people. So the question we've been getting asked most often lately is about healthy restaurants and places to eat in Hilton Head. So Jess, what are some healthy spots people can go to?
So some of my favorites are Healthy Habit, where they also have a meal kit kind of thing for the week, that meal delivery system where they make it to you and go pick it up and you're set for the whole week.
And Jess is a very healthy eater. I am not known for my healthy eating habits. Healthy Habit has stuff that I like too. It really has a very wide menu. You can feed your whole family there. I really enjoy it as well. It's definitely can be on the healthier end, but it's got a good menu for both.
And there's Deliciosos, which OT would not eat at because it's too healthy for him. But I find it absolutely delicious. It has vegan and vegetarian options too. And that is on William Hilton Parkway in between the Smokehouse and the Harley-Davidson store. So it's kind of tucked back. They have their own little garden that they grow stuff on and use too. So that's awesome. And there is Smooth, which is in the plaza right outside of the Sea Pines Gate where the Publix is. And they have tons of smoothies. And they have lots of juices. My mom and sister, actually, while they were here, they went there and tasted a ton of juices. And so it was really good. They actually brought me back one, so I need to try it out. But ginger and thyme and stuff. And then in Bluffton, just right over the bridge, is the Juice Hive, which is not just juices. They have salads and I think sandwiches, but very healthy, really good. And they also have tons of local things that you can buy too that are on the healthy side. And they have lots of coffee options too. And lastly, I actually think, especially if you're like me, a Skull Creek Boathouse has a lot of great seafood options. They have a really big raw bar menu. And they have a ceviche bar, make your own ceviche menu too. So that's extremely healthy and not vegetarian option too.
Another place we go that's a good blend for maybe the not so healthy eater and the healthy eater is Char Bar has been a place that we've gone to as well. I know you like the sushi bar and I like their burgers. And then you also, what was that thing you had the last time that you called the adult lunchable? What was that?
It was their bento box lunch. It's only for lunch, but that was good too because, yeah, you got like a small burger. They have great burgers too. So I always am torn and be like, do I get a burger or do I get a sushi or like the bowls and stuff? And this you get like it's only a 4-ounce burger, and then you can pick between like 4 pieces of sushi and a side. And it's perfect for lunch too. So it's not too filling. There's also, we've talked about many times, the shrimp on Hilton Head is delicious. Peel and eat shrimp basically anywhere. That's low calorie, high protein, awesome option for being on the island and wanting to eat healthy.
Well, and along that vein, there's also Benny Hudson's Seafood, which is a seafood place where you can go and buy the fresh seafood yourself. It's not a restaurant per se. You'd have to go home and cook it yourself, but they've got the most delicious seafood, fresh seafood every single day available. So that's another place you can go check out. That's just awesome.
Yeah, and they're right on the water, and you can see their boat right there too. So it comes right from the boat to the market. And they have a lot of options, and it's fairly well priced too.